Hello everybody, today we're making something that I love to make. I probably make once a week, and that is homemade tortillas. Very easy recipe. You only need 4 ingredients: 2 tablespoons of water, 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon salt, and 5+ spoons of warm to hot water. So you just mix all the ingredients. The only thing you got to do when preparing this is add 1 tablespoon of water, stir it up, see how consistent it is, then add another one, then add another one, and add another one until you get the right consistency. Now, why am I making my own tortillas? You can get tortillas everywhere. They normally all taste very good. The reason why I started to try to make these is because I wanted to learn how to make corn tortillas. Corn tortillas are very hard to find here in Europe. So I figured, well, if I learn how to make flour, then I can learn how to make corn tortillas later. It's not interchangeable. But the bottom line is I started making my own flour tortillas. They taste very good. It's easier and cheaper, and it's easier and more convenient to go to the store and buy it pre-made, but it's so easy to make your own. All the ingredients you need are probably some type of staple. This recipe calls for olive oil, but I'm sure you can use a fat such as a lard from bacon fat or butter, and it'll still come out just as consistent. I used sesame oil, and it gave it more of a nuttier taste. So you have options. Use what you have available in your kitchen. Yeah, I started making these myself just for the simple fact that I wanted to learn how to do this. And I can also control what I put into the tortillas. Unlike when you go to the store, if you read the back of the package, there are things listed on the package that you probably can't even pronounce. But they have to make sure it preserved, have to make sure it lasts. But if you know you're going to eat them in the next couple of days, you can just make your own. It started off taking me about 45 minutes to make them, to make 4. And now it takes me roughly 15 minutes. With practice, you do become faster. And one day, because I use tortillas quite often, I might just buy a tortilla making machine. It helps with the flattening process. But at the same time, cooking is a passion of mine, so I enjoy the process. And if you're watching this video, you probably enjoy the process as well. And there's one more thing you just add to the checklist. So anyway, I'm flattening out the tortilla. I'm trying to get as flat and as thin as possible. I haven't said it yet, but you probably need to go ahead and preheat your stovetop pan. I use a normal pan that I have, but next time I think I will use a heavier bottom pan, such as a cast iron, but preheat it to about medium heat. You know it's hot enough when you drop a drop of water and it sizzles. So anyway, I'm just flattening it out. I'm rolling out very thin. Man, anyone that first try to use a rolling pin, how much extra flour do you need? I think the first few times I probably put too much flour. I kept adding flour. It seemed like it wasn't flattening out. It seemed like it wasn't working. I had to really learn how to use a rolling pin to keep things flat, to keep things consistent. Don't be afraid if you make a mistake and the dough sticks to the rolling pin. Add a little bit of flour to the rolling pin, add a little more flour to the thing. This is all part of the process. The first couple of times I made this, I tasted the extra flour on the tortilla. Now, the extra flavor, the extra meal or flour that goes into it's not there anymore, just because I've gotten used to doing it over and over and over again. When they say experience helps, well, it's true. The more practice you put into it, the better you get, the faster you become. And now you see me just rolling out as flat as possible. Now, normally I would have divided up into 4 pieces, but I wanted to try to make it perfectly round. For a demonstration, I wanted to make sure that I used a bowl or some sort to make it perfectly round. You can use a smaller bowl than this, depending on if you're making tacos or burritos, but I use a bigger bowl. But honestly, when I'm making them for myself, I don't care how perfectly round they are, because they're gonna come out flat and thin, and I'm gonna roll them up anyway. But for demonstration purposes, to make them look more like a store-bought tortilla, use the bowl to give it that perfectly round shape. Now I'm adding it to the pan. Get it nice and looking good. So you want to do about 1 minute per side. 1 minute on the first side and then about 30 seconds on the other side. That way it'll be nice and it will be done. You can stick it to put on the side. If you before you cook it and you lay dough on top of dough, it'll stick together. Once you put in the pan, heat it up, the dough hardens up. Now, the reason why you want to do 1 minute per side is because the second side is that if you leave it there too long, it becomes hard and be more of a flat tortilla that you cannot roll up. You want to keep it springy, and there you have it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.